Welcome to the Realm. I'm Scotty Chumble from Sports Realm, and you're watching the Sports Realm podcast. I'm here today with my two co-hosts, Severin Mull and Max Taku, and today we have a little bit of NBA news for you guys. So the first topic that we're going to start with today is LeBron calling out the NBA play-in tournament. And before I get your guys' takes on it, I just want to mention the comments he said. So he said recently, whoever came up with that needs to be fired. And he's talking about the NBA play-in tournament. He said that Sunday night. So Severin, what's your take on his opinion?
Yeah, a lot of people are against the play-in tournament. It's an anti-tanking measure, making sure that, which to me, it is a lot more interesting at the end of the year, trying to figure it out. Like I'm a Celtics fan. I want my team to avoid that, being in that spot and making the playoffs for sure. But the fact, everybody's gonna bring it up, but the fact that he said this as soon as the Lakers started plummeting and are in danger of being in the play-in tournament is a little suspicious. He should have been coming for the people who did that at the beginning of the year when his team was actually really good. But now it just looks like he's just trying to avoid it. So it's a little weird. Max, what do you think?
Yeah, especially considering the reports from about a year ago where he did say the play-in tournament was a good idea.
Yeah, I have that quote. Yeah. In March 2020, he said, you got Portland, you got Memphis, New Orleans, and Sacramento tinkering around there. So if there's 5 or 10 games left, why not let those guys battle it out? Make them play each other all 5 games, end quote. So that is LeBron James saying in March 2020, his idea of the play-in tournament is his idea, and now he's saying that whoever came up with that needs to be fired.
I understand it's like a different circumstance because of the bubble and everything, but still, I feel
like season. Still, it's like
yeah. I'm not completely against the idea. Yeah, I'm not completely against the idea. It makes things interesting. I understand why people don't like it, but I can see why they implemented it, and I'm not mad at the NBA for inventing it. And I think the people that did vote yes for this should keep their jobs, in fact.
Oh, definitely. Let me ask the question. Yeah. Well, I think they should keep their jobs too, but yeah, it's just a little worrisome when you look at like the standings and you got like my team's right now at the 8th seed and really close to not being in it. Severin's team, you get Boston Celtics in the 6th seed. So you got 2 teams that are that cllose, and you're just worried because the play-in tournament is scary. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. You got two
games, you're done.
Yeah. You lose 2 games, you're done. You're playing Indiana and Washington. I mean, they don't sound like the scariest, but you're playing Bradley Beal and Westbrook. So it's just, I don't know. It's just a little worrisome. But I don't know. I prefer it to not be a thing, but I'm not gonna complain about it. It'll be interesting to see this year. So we're going to move on to where does Steph Curry's season rank out of all his seasons so far? Severin, I want to get your take first on this.
Yeah, the one thing about the play-in tournament is Russell Westbrook and Steph Curry are having special years, especially special stretches in the recent past few months. Mm-hmm. And so that's interesting that we get to see those players get into the play-in tournament and try to make magic happen. Give us kind of a little March Madness kind of vibe to it. But yeah, as far as Steph Curry's year this year, to me, he's having the second greatest season of his career.
Second greatest?
Obviously, second greatest. Yeah, 2016 is not going to be touched. As unanimous MVP, only unanimous MVP in NBA history. He had 400 threes, which doesn't even sound real. I only see that in 2K. But this year, he has over 300 threes, and he's balling out of his mind. He got off to a rough start, and it looked like, wow, the Warriors, they're going to suck again. This is bad for Curry's legacy. He needs help. But he's willed this team. Draymond has not been the player he should be. He's getting his assist numbers, but he's sucked at scoring this year, point blank. And Steph Curry has completely won that team. And the amount of shooting performances he's had the month of April, it's just absurd. You just reminded that there's not a person in the world you would want shooting a 3-pointer than that man.
Yeah.
What about you, Max?
I'm gonna have to say that this is probably his 3rd best season of all time. I'm gonna take his first MVP season over this season simply because the Warriors right now are the 8th seed. And I know he did have better players with right now Andrew Wiggins. Yeah, with Andrew Wiggins being his second best player, it doesn't compare to what Draymond and Clay were doing back then. But I'm just the amount of wins. Warriors sitting in the 8th seed, even though Curry is carrying this team. If he had played the same amount of games as he played in his 2016 season, he's on pace to break his 3-point record on just a little bit more volume, which is insane. But He's been tearing the season up, and I'd say this season definitely rivals his 2015 season. I just say the wins.
Does the points per game matter though? Because he's having a career high in scoring versus the 23.8 back then. I don't know. To me, like, that's a difference. Like, he averaged 4 less, but it seemed a way better record. But like 8 points to me is like a huge deal. And Steph Curry is shooting better from the field. So like,
I'm just a lot of things. You gotta consider a lot of things. Like Max said, the players that he has on the team. But I think for that reason, though, I'm going to use that against what Max was saying. But I think for that reason, the players that he has on the team, I think that's why I would say the season he's having this year would be his second best season. I really do wish I could say it was his best season because he's going crazy on points per game, and he's really tearing it up when people were starting to doubt him. But you just can't deny what he did in 2015, 2016. I mean, just like MVP, and you look at all his stats, it's just unbelievable, and you never seen anyone do that before. So I don't know. I would say that this is his second best season this year.
But they definitely understand the 2015 because you can make the argument if your team's not even gonna make the playoffs, why are we considering it? So.
Yeah, but I think it is a point to add on. Like you look, his team is not. It's definitely not what it was 2015, 2016. Because his help is just not playing as well as it should be or as they did back then. So I don't know. I'm just considering it all, but I would still say this is his second best season, and it's pretty close to 2015-16, but it's not up there.
But yeah, it's submitting his legacy to me as no question top 3-point guard ever.
So let's move on to Russell Westbrook, and another point guard going crazy right now. He's playing out of his mind. And earlier tonight, he got his 180th triple-double of his career. I'm looking at Severin on this one because he's challenging Oscar Robertson in triple-double for the lead. So, Severin, what's your take on this right now? I heard you say earlier the quote, Russell Westbrook needs to retire. Let me hear.
He should retire. He should retire out of respect for Oscar Robertson. I love Oscar Robertson. There's Bill Russell and there's Oscar Robertson, my favorite players ever. Oscar has 181 triple-doubles all time. And it's always been a thing. Wow, like you watch I watch old clips of the NBA TV where they do specials ranking all-time players, and Oscar averaged triple-double. There's nobody that'll ever do that. Nobody can ever take that away from him. This man Westbrook took it away and then has made it seem meaningless because he did it for so many years. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he has 181 or about to get 181, and he just got in such a short span. He figured out how to get a triple-double and he just never stopped. And it's just not fair at this point because he's gonna reach over 200. He might even go to 250. He might even get to 300. It's gonna be ridiculous for anybody to ever catch him. They're just gonna have to be a big man who can pass like Jokic. That's the only way.
I think that 2016-2017 season, that's that moment he realized that he really turned it up. He got those triple-doubles and he was like, whoa, this is happening, because he averaged a triple-double, 30, his MVP season, 31 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. So that's just unbelievable. With the scoring title, it's just unbelievable. And I think that's the season when he realized, and now he's coming for Oscar. And like you said, he's gonna pass him. But Max,
and he can do it every year.
Yeah, this season has been insane. He's posting career highs in rebounds and assists right now. His scoring numbers have dropped, but that's him playing aside Bradley Beal, who's having another monster scoring season.
Bradley Beal.
And he's dealt with injury throughout the beginning of the season. He's just absolutely tearing it up. It's a shame to see the Wizards borderline play-in tournament area.
Yeah.
But I think that just gives an opportunity for Westbrook to showcase his talents and put maybe if he could make a run through the play-in tournament into the playoffs, that'd be a great look on Westbrook's career.
Big for legacy. Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm not as a Hornets fan. I'm gonna be honest. It is scary to play Washington. I don't care if they're the 10th seed. It's Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal coming in against our young guards and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I know Terry Rozier. He's not young and he can handle it. But I mean, you got LaMelo in there. You got Devontae Graham, and that's scary. Right?
Yeah, that's a team that they can score with anybody. Their score numbers they put up in the last few games is ridiculous. When they put up over 150 when Westbrook had that ridiculous night. Yeah. But the thing about their team is, if you get hot, you can get hot. You can score whatever you want on them because they're a terrible defensive team. Oh. They're offensive powerhouse with Westbrook playmaking and Bradley Beal scoring, but defensively they can't guard anybody.
And they really don't have paint protection.
The Cavaliers could go for 140 on them if they wanted. Pacers can go. Pacers went for 140 on them, but
yeah, they did.
Anybody can score on them if they want. So.
Well, yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. This was just a short, quick NBA news video. You gotta like and subscribe and comment. We've been posting on Instagram a lot more. Our TikTok's starting to go crazy. So thank you guys. Max?
At Sports Realm Media.
Oh, at Sports Realm Media on everything. Sportsrealm.us is our website. Max, get us out of here.
Sports Realm out.
Sorry.